Hey friends, it's Sachin. I wanted to share with you a really simple strategy that you could deploy in all of your future mailings. And it's also a way for you to look back at your past mailings to see who you really need to follow up with. So we all have goals. I have goals in my business. I know you have goals in your business in terms of the impact that you want to make, the number of people that you want to serve. And we've got to pull through to the finish line to make that happen. So what I'm doing this week is I'm following up with those people who I think would be a good fit. I'm going to commit to doing about 10 to 20 emails each day. So by the end of the week, I'll have about 100 emails that I've sent out to create a personal connection with people who have been engaged with us, and may just need that extra nudge or that little bit of attention to pull them across the finish line. And I promise you, it goes a long way. So what I did is I recently did a webinar. And after that webinar, we dumped all the registrations into a automation. We called it Turnkey Webinar. You could do this in ActiveCampaign. You can do this in Kartra. You could do this in virtually any CRM that you're using. And it's kind of a guerrilla style of doing things. So it's not best practices, but it works for me. And that's what matters the most. So I took all these people, about 200 and so people, 206 that registered for this webinar, sent them an email with the replay. And in that replay, we were very specific. So it was specifically said that this is a replay webinar, so you're not opening it up unless you're interested. And then what we did was we included the link to the replay. We indicated what was covered, watch the replay who it's for. We talked about scheduling an accelerator call if they're interested. And then, of course, if they want to see the complete offer, they can simply sign up here. So these are the kind of the links that we included. Now, what you can do in ActiveCampaign is I can take this particular link, and you can do this in Kartra as well. And when somebody clicks on this link, I can add an actual tag, right? I can add a tag, I can add them to a list, I can remove a tag. There's a lot of things I can do. So I have a bunch of different things that I can do to this person when they take a specific action. So knowing this is going to be important because later on, I might want to actually search these people and isolate them and figure out if I want to reach out to them personally, because obviously if they're watching the replay, then that's a certain level of interest that somebody who didn't even open the email clearly doesn't have. So what we do is we start there and create a tag for virtually every action. So if somebody clicks on, get scheduling an accelerator call, then guess what? We know exactly what's going to happen. They clicked on coaching call, right? So I can isolate these people and look back at the data and then again, decide who I want to reach out to. So let's just go to save and exit here. And then what we can do is we can look at the statistics from this message that we put out there. So let's give this a second. So these people received this email last week, and that gives us ample time. If they're going to read it, they've read it by now. And if we want them to re-engage with this message, we're going to have to send a follow-up email, which I'll talk about later. Not in this video, but later. So here's an example of our data. So you can see that on December 22nd, we sent this out and we had a total of 116 people open it out of 201. And then once we add in the Apple privacy, it's probably, pretty close to, 80% of people to open this. And then we look at the click. So I can see that a click rate of 1% is usually considered good. This is about 14%. So that's good information for me to know because now I can go and see what people actually clicked on. I can see 0 people clicked on scheduling a call, right? So that's just hard facts there. Here we have most of the people clicked on the replay. So about 23 unique links on the replay and 6 people actually looked at the program itself. So these are people likely the most interested. And of course, these people down here interested, and there's 0 people that clicked on scheduling a call. So nobody's interested in that, or they might need a little bit more nudging in order for that to happen. So now what I can do is I can say, okay, these are the people that wanted to learn more about the program. And so I can then isolate these individuals and really figure out, okay, who do I want to connect with here? So this person, Joseph Alberts, he clicked on the link twice. So that tells me, okay, he's definitely interested, definitely engaged with this message, and certainly somebody I'd want to investigate a little bit further. So now I can click on him and I can look at his information. I can look at how engaged he's been with our content. I can see all of his tags. So you can see he bought my book, he's clicked on our offer, he's attended Deepa's webinar, he's finished our 30 and 30 program, he's interested in the DNA company investment. So he's somebody who's been engaged with our content. We can see what automations he's been in. So now what I'll do is I'll simply take his email address and I will drop it in here and just search it. Just a quick way for me to see, okay, these are all the times where he's registered for something. Okay, so now it gives me a good sense of how engaged this individual is. And then what I do is I've got his email address and I've drafted an email, which I can pull up here. And it's a personal message for me. And of course, I'm going to tweak this a little bit. I can add his name here to Joe from Sachin, and I can certainly modify this and tweak this should I need to. So now what I've done is I've set myself up to reach out and connect to people who are the most engaged with our content, right? And therefore, we're really getting down to the 7 or 8 people that we need to reach out to. And when you have a high ticket offer, that's, each case is significant. Each case is worth the extra inch, if you will. Certainly, it doesn't have to be a mile at this point. So I would encourage you to do this, get really nitty gritty with some of your details and identify the people that are the most engaged with your content. And before you decide to reach out to them, make sure you kind of have a sense of how engaged they are with what you've been putting out there. That gives you more confidence in knowing, hey, if this person only attended one thing, never registered for anything again, then that's different than somebody who's coming back continuously. And perhaps all they need to be is seen to know that they matter and that there's someone there that's thinking about them. And it's not just them alone thinking about growing their business, but there's somebody else who's out there for them. And of course, this would apply to health. This would apply to any business. So I invite you to do this. The perfect time of year to do it. And people are at home. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to do something inspiring in 2023, 2024, 2025, and all the years ahead in their life. And those are the people that we want to connect and reach out with, especially if our content has been inspiring them up until now. Anyways, hope this helps. Get out there, make a difference, and reach out to those people that I know and you can change their lives working together. All right, bye for now.